Welcome to another short video on financial modeling. In this video, we shall learn about performing sensitivity analysis using data table.
Financial models definitely help us evaluate an outcome. But it would be interesting to see how a change in some of the underlying assumptions could affect the expected outcome. For instance, management may wonder what would happen to profitability if business growth is slower than expected. MS Excel and other spreadsheet software allow us to do such analysis using data tables. Data tables can be either one-dimensional or two-dimensional. One-dimensional tables help us evaluate the impact of change in one input on one or more output. Two-dimensional data tables, on the other hand, allow us evaluate the impact of simultaneous change in two input variables on one output. We shall now learn how to use this tool in a step-by-step manner. We are going to demonstrate using this particular model, which has been created specifically for this training. This model is built to evaluate a project. We have an assumption sheet where we have all critical assumptions pertaining to the project. That includes the construction cost and duration, the funding structure, and other information for forecasting income and expenditure. These information flow into our calculation, helping us estimate periodic construction cost, borrowings, and income and expenditure. Finally, we use these information to calculate the cash flows and arrive at the NPV and IRR. What we would need to do is to evaluate the impact of changes in some of the assumptions on NPV and IRR. We shall first see how to make a one-dimensional data table. In this, we shall evaluate the impact of any delay in our project on the NPV and IRR. Data table can be created only in the sheet that has the input assumptions. Step 1. Go to the sheet that has the assumptions. Step 2. Type the various values the input variables can take. In our case, delay in completion of phase 1 is the input variable. Let us give it some values: 0, 30, 60 and 90. Step 3. Link the output we would like to evaluate to the top of next column. We can use subsequent column heading for other output. In our case, these two output are NPV and IRR. Step 4. Create data table. Select the table area we just created, excluding the headings. Then go to Data, What If Analysis, Data Table. Here, we mention the actual cell in our model where the input is given. Since our input is arranged in a column, we shall mention this in the column input cell box. Click OK. We can now see the results in the data table. Now, we shall learn how to make a two-dimensional data table. In this, in addition to delay, we shall also see the impact of debt on the IRR. In a two-dimensional data table, we are going to have two inputs, one arranged in the first column and another in the top row. The top left corner is where we would have the output. In this case, I am keeping column input as delay in phase 1, and the row input as the total debt taken. We shall input the various values for debt likely to be taken in the top row. Similarly, we shall type in the values for delay in the first column. Now, we shall link the top left cell to the output. In this case, the equity IRR. Then, we shall select the entire table range. Again, excluding the headings. The process is going to be similar to what we did earlier. Go to Data, What If Analysis, Data Table. In this case, since we have two inputs, arranged in row and column, respectively, we need mention both. Our row input is the debt and column input the delay. Select the two values. And click OK. We now have the result. That brings us to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed this and found this useful.